השואה זה נושא מאוד רגיש אצלי, בגלל שכמעט כל המשפחה של ההורים שלי נרצחו שם. סבא שלי, מצד האבא, היה בסך הכל בן 6 בבוגרום הראשון ברומניה. הוא היה בכיכר של העיר ופתאום הוא ראה המון אנשים רצים, אז הוא רץ אחריהם לראות מה קרה, ואז הוא ראה שתולים את אבא שלו. מצבם הכלכלי היה מצוין עד שזה קרה, ואחרי זה הוא והמשפחה שלו היו צריכים לחפש אוכל בזבל, כי פשוט לא היה כסף. וכעבור כמה שנים עולה לארץ עם אמו ואחיותיו, ואז מצבם נהיה יותר טוב כלכלית, אבל נפשית פשוט אי אפשר לתאר את הכאב שהיה להם. סבא אריה, מצד אמא, גם הוא היה בשואה. הוא גויס לצבא האדום במלחמת העולם הראשונה על ידי הרוסים. הוא השתתף בכמה קרבות, ואז נודע לו שהפוגרום מעשי רצח נוראיים במקום שהוא גר, ליטא, ברוסיה. אז הוא ברח מהצבא ונסע לביתו, ושם הוא ראה שבאמת היה מעשים נוראיים. האחוזה שהוא גר בה הייתה שרופה לגמרי, וכל מי שהצליח להינצל מהשריפה הלך יום אחרי זה לחתונה של אחותו. ושם הנאצים הוציאו את כל האורחים והכריחו אותם לחפור בור ענק, ואז ירו בהם. ואף אחד לא ניצל, פשוט אף אחד לא שרד. הוא נשאר לבד בעולם, האחיות שלו, אמא שלו, הדודים שלו, פשוט כולם נרצחו. ואז הוא ברח לארץ ישראל.
The Holocaust is a very sensitive subject for me because nearly all my family were murdered there. My grandfather on my father's side was only 6 years old when the pogrom started in Romania. He was at the town square when suddenly he saw many people running. He ran after them to see what was happening, and what he saw was his father being hung. Their financial position was good before this. Now my family had to look for food in trash cans because they simply had no money to buy food. A few years later, my grandfather came to Israel with his mother and sister. Their financial position changed, but emotionally, I cannot describe their pain and suffering. Grandfather Ari, on the side of my mother, was also in the Holocaust. He was enlisted into the Red Army during the First World War. He took part in a few battles and then heard that there had been a pogrom in his hometown, Lita, in Russia. He ran away from the army in order to go home and see how his family was. What he experienced was shocking. The home that he had lived in had been completely burned down. Those that survived the pogrom went to his sister's wedding the next day. The Nazis forced the guests out into the yard and made them dig a communal grave. All those left alive in the town were forced to stand by the hole and were shot to death, falling into the hole they had dug. He was the only one left alive. All his family and villagers had been killed. Mother, father, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, everyone dead. He ran away to Israel. My aunt from my mom's side managed to jump out of a moving death train when she was 10 years old. She had to jump off the train in order to stay alive, knowing the rest of her family was being driven to their death. One day, I sat with my mom and she told me about my aunt. She wanted me to speak with her, but I couldn't. I felt guilty that I had such a good life and she never had any childhood and had to go through this experience, even though she had never harmed anyone. To this day, she swallows tranquilizers to keep her fears down. And she hides food in her bed even though they are financially stable. She wakes up at night screaming. Her childhood was taken from her forever. And because of all of what I know about the pain of so many people who are important to me, I truly do not understand how we, the Jews, are capable of judging the Arabs after we have been so harshly judged. Before Rabin was killed, my mother, who is an artist, was invited to represent Jewish art in an interfaith exhibition which took place in Sashnin. I didn't pronounce it correctly, an Arab village. During the months of getting the exhibition ready, we spent many weekends in Sachnin, and I met many wonderful Arab people for the first time in my life. We became good friends and spent much time together, visiting each other's homes without any thoughts of hate or pain. There was just love and a feeling of being at home. All I knew was that they are people just like me, good and nice. But the years passed and the situation changed and all this mess started. I felt that I could not understand because none of the Arabs I had met would want to harm me. Now I feel that I never really knew what an Arab is. We are all so afraid of the suicide bombers. I know someone that was in a hospital for 7 months after he simply wanted to ride on the bus. The bus blew up, metal went into his stomach, and to this day, he is scarred and simply hates all Arabs. By his side, we dare not speak about peace, and on the other hand, I see many of my friends that think not all Arabs are guilty, and there are those who want to harm us, and there are those who are just like us and are afraid of what each day will bring. I have always stood in the middle and listened to all of them. It has been really difficult for me to decide because I think that on the one hand, there are so many innocent Arabs that have done nothing bad, so why should I hate them? But on the other hand, see what they have done to my friend. They caused him to have a terrible experience, not only his wound, but seeing a head on one side of his body and the rest of the body on the other side. A memory that he will never forget. This memory was caused by an Arab. And now I am here. I see in our group that the Arab girls are also suffering because of us. They are also afraid and hurting like us. I really want to go and spend time with the girls for a few days to know firsthand what it is like and what happens there. I need to know everything before I judge someone, because at this moment I really think that I have no right to judge anyone. Be it my friend who hates so deeply, or the Arabs, before I see and hear everything. I feel it is not logical that the Palestinian Arabs cannot come to Jerusalem. I only found out about it here in this group. Jerusalem is a sacred place for all religions. Jews come and pray and put notes in the wall. I too have been to Jerusalem many times and have left notes in the wall. It saddens me that because this place is so holy, there are so many wars. I honestly cannot understand why we all cannot go to Jerusalem, all people, no matter what their religion or color, because we are all human beings, and I think we all have the right to feel hope when we visit our sacred sites, and to feel good about ourselves and our beliefs. What is most important to me is that I believe we are all equal. No one is better than the other.